Well, what can I say? WrestleMania 30 definitely lived up to the hype. And when this year started, I said I wanted WrestleMania 30 to be like WrestleMania 20 in every way. I was disappointed how the Royal Rumble went, but I'm actually happy how things went in the end for WrestleMania 30, and I think a lot of fans did as well. Well, some of us at least. If you saw what happened to Undertaker and Brock Lesnar, you understand why. But for those who don't know what happened, I will explain as I go along. But first off, I want to start with the pre-show, which was the Fatal 4-Way Elimination Tag Match for the Tag Team titles. They made it a Fatal 4-Way Elimination Match during the WWE WrestleMania pre-show, which was a 2-hour special, and they had it on the WWE Network. I actually have it. I actually got the network. I actually like it, and I'm glad I did because I got to watch the pre-show and all the matches for WrestleMania. It was kind of a little slow, but I'm not complaining. It was good. This Fatal 4-Way match was good. I enjoyed it. The fans were really behind the Real Americans. They enjoyed how well this match went with Los Matadores taking out everybody on the outside. El Torito trying to get involved. But in the end, they got eliminated first. Los Matadores got eliminated first. Then Right Axel when Cesaro hit the neutralizer. And it was down to the Usos and the Real Americans. Now, this was a great tag match. This was great. The fans were all chanting, "This is awesome." And it was an awesome tag match. I enjoyed it. And I'm glad that the Usos retained the tag titles. Kind of disappointed that Cesaro did not hit the big screen. The fans were disappointed. They were booing at the Usos for that. But in the end, the Usos hit a double big splash from the top rope. They hit Cesaro and were able to walk out with the tag team title. So congratulations to the Usos. The first match of the pay-per-view was Triple H versus Daniel Bryan. As usual, Triple H came out with a big fancy entrance, which was actually pretty cool. Daniel Bryan came out normal entrance, no wearing a fancy getup like Triple H did. He was just himself, and I was happy for that. Now the match started off slowly, but it started quickening the pace a little bit. And sorry, I have to use my phone because I gotta remember some of the stuff that happened in this match. Because, like I said, it's been a crazy night. Triple H targeted the arm of Daniel Bryan. For those who remember, Daniel Bryan was handcuffed, and then Triple H attacked him while his arms were cuffed behind his back. And Daniel Bryan selling the injury very well. And I like how Stephanie was at ringside, being her heel persona and how well she did. I even enjoyed how Daniel Bryan kicked out of the pedigree. Yeah. Daniel Bryan got hit by the pedigree, and he kicked out. I was shocked, and I think a lot of the fans were shocked too. In the end, Daniel Bryan hit the running knee, got the victory, and went on for the triple threat match. But after the match, Stephanie came in and just started slapping him until Triple H came from behind, and they attacked Daniel Bryan, hit him with the steel chair right on the injured arm. And so I guess that was gonna play into later for the triple threat match and how Bryan's gonna have to sell that injury. Next match, what was it? There was the Shield versus the New Age Outlaws and Kane, aka the Suits. Yeah, this was a pretty good match. Well, I wouldn't have to call it a match. I think this was a massacre to Kane and the New Age Outlaws. They got destroyed by the Shield. The Shield got, their revenge. They came in as babyfaces, and they destroyed the New Age Outlaws and Kane. They hit Roman Reigns destroying everybody, and they hit not a triple power bomb, but I think you would call it I don't know what you call it. All I know is that the New Age Outlaws were both lifted up onto Roman Reigns, thanks to Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose, and both the New Age Outlaws got slammed into the middle of the ring, and the Shield are now 2-0 at WrestleMania. So I gotta tell you, I was very happy how well that match went. I'm glad that the Shield won. I was worried that the New Age Outlaws and Kane were gonna win this match, but it didn't happen. Like I said, I wouldn't call this a match. It was a massacre. The Shield walked out, Justice served. Next match is the Battle Royale, the Andre the Giant Battle Royale. I was looking forward to this match a lot because I came into this thinking Ziggler would win. That's what I believed. I'm not going to tell you who got eliminated because there really is no point in telling you who got eliminated. I mean, a bunch of guys got eliminated. Kofi Kingston, though, I got to tell you, Kofi Kingston shocked everyone. As usual, Kofi was thrown over the top rope. And, well, actually not thrown on the top rope. He got thrown over the one of the turnbuckles. And he landed on the outside. But here's the thing. He didn't get eliminated. Both his feet were still on the steel steps. So technically he wasn't eliminated. And Kofi got back in the ring and started dominating before he was eliminated. But still, it was awesome. Once again, Kofi just shocks us with whatever he does. Ziggler got eliminated. I was disappointed, but not disappointed with the ending. The fans were into this, especially at the end when it was down to Cesaro and the Big Show. Now, I thought, oh yeah, they're going to have Cesaro win. The question is how. And how did they do it? Cesaro picked up the Big Show and tossed him over the top rope and got the victory. I gotta tell you, Cesaro may have not won the tag team title, but he's walking out WrestleMania with a WrestleMania moment and that Andre the Giant trophy. That I heard that thing is heavy. Cesaro able to lift it up with ease. I mean, he was able to lift up the Big Show. That trophy should be no problem for the guy. So I gotta tell you, Cesaro, congratulations, man. You deserve it. Well done. Next match, what is it? Oh yeah, John Cena and Bray Wyatt. This I said was going to be the match of the night. It wasn't, but it was still a great match, and I will tell you why. First off, Bray Wyatt had an awesome entrance. The people who made the song for him, they came in, they performed the song live, and Bray Wyatt came out, you know, as creepy and awesome as always. John Cena came out, to my surprise, didn't have any big entrance or anything. He just came out normally. I guess he couldn't come up with anything in time. Just came in and started wrestling. The match started off with Bray Wyatt kind of telling Cena, "Come on, finish it, finish it." He was just trying to get Cena to use that aggressive side that I saw during this match. I saw that before, but there was time where John Cena came close to getting himself disqualified, and this was a good match. It had Bray Wyatt getting into John Cena's head and just messing with him. It was great. When John Cena was about to hit the "you can't see me" thing, he went to the rope, and when he was about to do that, Bray Wyatt just sat up and in that spider-like, he lifted himself up and was doing that creepy spider pose that he does. I'm not sure. I don't know how to describe it, but when he did that, Cena was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And that gave Bray Wyatt the advantage again. Man, this was a great match. Cena hit the AA, Bray kicked out. Bray hit the Sister Abigail, Cena kicked out. A great match. This was great. I enjoyed it a lot. In the end, though, Cena, I kind of figured he was going to win. He did win, and he's walking out WrestleMania victorious. I just hope Bray Wyatt and Cena do not end their rivalry. I hope they continue at Extreme Rules, where Bray Wyatt does get the victory over John Cena and does defeat him. So I hope that does happen. Alright, next match. Yeah, this is the match I was not looking forward to talking about, but I have to. I told you I was going to make a result of the pay-per-view. Here it is. It was Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar. Undertaker came out with an awesome entrance. The coffins of all the people he defeated were up in the entrance. He came out with the hat and a jacket. It was all cool. Brock Lesnar, Undertaker. This is they start out slowly at first, which was good because Undertaker not being young anymore, needed to take this match slowly. Brock Lesnar later on dominated the match. Undertaker locked in Hell's Gate, I think two, three times, unable to beat him. Brock Lesnar hit 2 F5s, couldn't beat the Deadman. Deadman hit the Last Ride, Chokeslam, and Tombstone. That wasn't enough. And this is where it shocked everybody. I said that Undertaker was going to walk out undefeated again. Brock Lesnar hit the F5 the third time. 1, 2, 3. agree. Undertaker's streak is over. I gotta tell you, when that happened, the arena was shocked. Everybody was shocked. They could not believe it. We were all speechless. I was speechless. I seriously, I do not kid you. I felt my heart stop when that happened. I was there at WrestleMania 25 live in person. I was there at WrestleMania 28 in person, watching both Undertaker's matches with Shawn Michaels, how close he came, then Triple H, how close he came. I never thought the streak would end. I never thought when Undertaker walked out 20-0, it would end. I never thought with CM Punk, when Undertaker walked out 21-0, it would end. And I thought this year it was not going to end, but I was wrong. I gotta tell you, the mood for me died down a lot. Everybody were all chanting, "This is bullshit." I agree. I couldn't believe it. I thought that didn't just happen. I thought the referee made a mistake. Maybe he didn't see Undertaker's arm go up, but he didn't. It didn't happen. I just couldn't believe it. Of all the people they could have had Undertaker lose, they chose Brock Lesnar. I mean, wow. So now he has 3 victories over the Dead Man: Hell in a Cell, Bikers Chain, and now WrestleMania. I mean, what's gonna happen now? I mean, if Sting does come, what does that mean? I think, are they really gonna have those 2 fight at WrestleMania? For what purpose? The streak is gone. Undertaker now has no point in staying in WWE anymore. He has no point in continuing wrestling. I mean, he is done. His streak is over. That was the only thing keeping him going at WrestleMania. Now for the end, I'm just... And I gotta tell you, I've followed the streak for years, and I never thought it would end. I never thought the streak would end. And I gotta tell you, I cannot think probably of if Undertaker's streak didn't end. I think it is good that it ended at WrestleMania 30th anniversary, but still, I mean, I don't know how things are gonna go tomorrow night for Raw, but I can tell you right now, Undertaker, he deserved the fans standing on their feet and applauding for him, all chanting "Thank you, Taker." I was on my feet. I was clapping for him. I know it sounds stupid. Some people might say that's a stupid thing to do. You're not even there in person. You're right. I'm not there in person. I'm watching it though live, and that's how I feel. I've been a fan of The Undertaker for years, and to see the streak end, I never thought I would see it. So, yeah. Next match was the 14 Diva Invitational Championship match. This was actually this was a good match. And sorry that I'm not as before I talk about Undertaker and Brock, but how can I not be? I couldn't even get into this Divas match. I mean, it was good. I mean, we saw some great moments, and the fans were chanting, "This is awesome." But I mean, how can you after this? I mean, I felt bad for the Divas to do this, to come after this match. I'm sure they're all thinking, oh, man, we're not gonna get that much reaction. We're not gonna get the fans behind us with this. I mean, and they were right. Fans were not into this when it began. They were still chanting Undertaker. In the end, AJ Lee walked out as champion. She walked out with the Divas title and still champion. So I'm happy for that, but still. Now, this is the match that actually made up for everything. This is the match that I wanted them to make up for after what happened with Undertaker and Brock. It was the triple threat match. Orton, Batista, and Bryan. I thought Triple H was going to add himself into this. It didn't happen. So it was a triple threat match. Bryan tried to take control of the match. It didn't happen. Bryan got taken down by the Animal and by Orton. It was still a good match. It was still a good match. Even though it was Orton and Batista mostly doing all the work, but Bryan got into this and the fans were all behind him. Triple H tried to get involved. You know, he even brought in that crooked ref that he had. I forgot his name. I don't actually give a damn. But Bryan took the referee out. He took out Triple H, and Stephanie when he did a suicide dive. Triple H, he tried to get involved with the sledgehammer. Bryan grabbed it and hit Triple H in the face with it. And that was the departure of Stephanie and Triple H. They were taking it out along with the referee. So, but during that, Batista and Orton took out Bryan. Batista lifted him up for the Batista bomb over the announce table. When he tossed him, Orton hit the RKO on Bryan, putting him through the table and putting himself through the table as well. So it was down to Batista and Orton. They came in for the stretcher. They tried to take Bryan out, but the fans were chanting for Bryan. Bryan refused to leave. The guy just shows so much heart. He showed so much determination. He got back into this match. He started fighting. He locked in the yes lock on Orton and Batista. A great match between these two guys. I loved it, and the fans were really behind this. Orton got, he tried going for the RKO. Batista got out of the way. Bryan hit him with the knee. Batista took him out, tried to go for the pin. Orton kicked out. Orton but got hit by the Batista bomb. Bryan broke it up. Well, no, wait, sorry. But Orton kicked out, I believe. Orton kicked out of that, I believe. In the end, though, Bryan took out Orton. And Batista, he tried to hit the Batista bomb on Bryan. He came close, but Bryan locked in the yes lock, and yes, Daniel Bryan is the new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. He made the animal tap out. Bryan won. He walked out with the championship. This made up for everything that happened with Undertaker and Brock. This made up for everything, because not only did Bryan win, he got what he deserved. After everything they put him through, after all the stuff they put him through, he finally won. They finally gave him the championship. He deserves it. I hope tomorrow night on Raw, he does not get stripped of the championship. If they do that, that's a bunch of bull. I'm glad he won. Daniel Bryan deserved it. The confettis came down. Bryan, he was crying. He deserved the victory. He deserves it. I thought Punk was going to get involved. It never happened. I guess Punk is not coming back anymore. I don't care. Bryan won this. Punk could have had a chance to be part of this. He didn't. He left. And now Bryan deserves it. I am so glad he won. And I'm glad the fans got behind this match. It was great. I loved it. They loved it. And Daniel Bryan is the new champion. Perfect. His WrestleMania moment. He got it. I'm glad. If you all had, as far as I'm concerned, this pay-per-view got a 5-star to me, a 5 out of 5. The reason I say that is because even though Brock Lesnar broke the streak, it was still emotional. It was still, the ending was a shocker, and it was emotional. So I think that was good. I think that was good what they did right there. They also had Bryan walk in, pretty much the underdog through all of this, and was able to fight on and become world champion. That made up for everything. There was not a single bad match here. There was not a match that said, this is boring or bullshit, or the fans just completely dead. This is great. I loved it, and I'm sure all of you enjoyed it too. If you have a different opinion, what you thought about the pay-per-view, leave some comments below and let me know. I will be here tomorrow night on Raw, and I will try to make another video, hopefully if I can, to talk about what happened. If not, then I'll see you all next time. And yes, the yes movement lives on. Daniel Bryan, new world champion.